But Padres and Phillies, I honestly think this will be the best series, in my opinion.
I think it'll be the best series in all of baseball.
Yeah, I don't think
Like
I think
the
this will
whole
be better
postseason.
than the World Series. I think this is the World Series, in my opinion.
Sure.
I just think it's going to be two solid baseball teams is what you're going to see because like we just talked about, the Padres have a complete lineup. Whether or not you think they're going to be good or not, they are a solid lineup. They have good starting pitching. Same thing with the Phillies. They are more star-studded, I would say, just with the guys they have. They have a little bit more experience in the postseason, so they could edge them out, and that rotation's good. So, I mean, these are two solid baseball teams that will get a chance in the postseason to play each other. But Nick, between the Phils and the Padres, who's moving to the World Series?
That's not who you have on. He has the Dodgers.
Oh yes, sorry. You have the Dodgers. So who do you think will between the Dodgers and the Phillies? Who's moving on for you? Nick, who do you think's moving on in the NLCS?
Phil, why don't you go?
So I have the Phillies in San Diego.
Yep.
I have San Diego.
Okay. Yeah,
That's fair. That gave us his. He has
yes, with the Padres moving on.
He had the Padres over the Phillies, correct, Phil?
Yep.
That's correct. Yes.
And then Nick, who do you have the Phillies and Dodgers? So who do you have going on
Who's moving on?
to the World Series?
Yeah, so I 100% believe the Phillies are going to the World Series.
Okay.
I think, like I said earlier,
I just hate Philadelphia. So that's my problem.
I don't disagree, but I have more to this. There was a story written 15 years ago,
Okay.
and for destiny to fulfill itself, the Phillies must go to the World Series.
Ooh.
And
The Mariners were supposed to go to the World Series this year, according to that one guy's
yeah, they
tweet
were,
last
but-
year. Last year, whatever. That was like the guy was like 3 for 3 or something. He was like Mariners, and we're all like, yay! Oh.
I do have the Dodgers, even if it's the Padres. I believe that the Phillies' offense is too strong, and they will propel them past either one of those teams. I think their pitching is really good, good enough that their offense will, outweigh it.
All right.
I
agree
and
with
so
you.
I
We'll
do
see.
have the Phillies winning the National League pennant once again, and therefore, since we've already done the American League, I can say it. We will have a repeat of the 2009 World Series.
Yeah, see, I was
Wow.
almost there. I
That
was
would
almost
be
there. That's what I almost picked.
I had it at the beginning
But-
of the year.
yeah.
I will stick with it now.
It's a
Fair
good
enough.
pick.
That's
No,
it's a very
I was
fair
right
pick at the
there.
beginning of the year. That's very fair.
Couple questions before we
Well, you didn't give
move
me
in.
yours.
Oh, you didn't?
No, or mine, or the
Oh.
World Series picks.
Well, definitely forgot that.
We've been all over the place. Today's been a rough.
Why wouldn't you pick the Padres? No, I really do think the Padres are moving on. I'll just say it right now because I was going to say it before. The players we do all our impact players. I think Jackson Merrill's mine. I think he's been a dynamic rookie. I think that offense is a little bit of a sleeper offense just because of what Kellen just proved. And they're a top 10 offense in literally everything. I think their pitching is their one question mark. I think it's good. It's very good. I mean, they have Michael King. Who's their ace? Dylan Cease, Joe Musgrove.
Literally
Yu
any of
Darvish.
them could show up.
So that's the thing is if that pitching shows up, that offense will be good enough. They will put up runs. I do think Jurickson Profar has been huge this year. That's been an extremely good addition for them. Tatis is one of the best players in baseball out of anybody. He is going to be dynamic if he's there. I do have them moving on. I just think they're a young team. I think they paid a lot of money, and I think this year it's actually going to pay off. Their contracts always haven't worked out with Hosmer and stuff like that, but they did work with Machado and a few others. So I think this is the time we finally see the Padres move on and get over the hump.
That's fair.
So Padres World Series is what I'm thinking right now. Well, Yankees and Padres is where I'm at.
That's fair. I agree. I have San Diego. I tried to sell them. If they beat the Dodgers, they're going to beat the Phillies. I think the Dodgers are better than the Phillies,
Yeah.
and I think San Diego's better than both of them.
Fair. That's fair.
I think they're, like Phil's kind of talked about before, I think they've had an amazing second half of the season.
Seriously.
They've been very hot.
Super good.
They have already proven that they can beat the Dodgers. They have a, whatever I said, it was 8-4 record against them this year. I just think that they are going to be the team to beat. They're hot. They're a great hitting team. I know pitching tends to win World Series, but when you can, average whatever they're averaging, like 6 runs a game, it's pretty hard to score 6 runs no matter who you are. Thanks for listening to the Kind of Athletic podcast. Please like and subscribe to all our social media platforms and make sure to come back to hear more from the Kind of Athletic podcast.